Well, it's Saturday evening. We're at the range again with the Kar98. We'll see what we can do at 100 yards again. One of my viewers made the observation that my plastic front rest was perhaps limiting the performance of the rifle, so I've brought out a little bit better rest. This is still not a bench rest setup. I've got to protect a rear bag. I stuck a packing blanket beneath my board. This lower table that's here at the range is not exactly flat. And I don't think my board's exactly flat either, but it's certainly better than what I normally deal with here, because this roughly has the geometry of a picnic table, and I was trying to make a setup that works a little bit better with the benches that are already here, so I made this board. It's a little bit more like my shooting table. I've got a couple clamps holding it in place today. I did notice it slid a little bit the other day when I was shooting, but we'll run the same Dominion animal. We're at 100 yards, a little bit different target today. It's a red spot, a sight-in target. I do have the target camera set up so that I can spot my shots. I haven't quite figured this camera out yet, the differences between just using it as a spotting camera and using it as a recording camera. So for today, I'm just going to use it to spot my shots so that I can see them, and we'll see how it works, see what we print. I did shoot the rifle a little bit on Thursday at my friend Mark Johnson's house. It shot pretty well. We were shooting maybe 80 yards or so, and it was printing pretty good. We were shooting at some tannerite and whatnot, and it worked real well for that. So we'll try to shoot a group here and see what we can do. I've got 4 left of that first batch of 40 of the Dominion ammo, and then I just opened another box. You can see this stuff it's really nicely packaged. It's really something else. So when this is all said and done, I'll have 80 pieces of brass that I can use for whatever might be next. So I've got the target camera set up, we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and put the first one down range. I'll try to get some good shots off. I know my viewers want to see good shots in tight groups. I don't always get them. I'm not sure how tight this rifle really will print, but we've got a little bit more advantage with the rest setup than we did with the plastic MTM. This is just an inexpensive Caldwell Rock BR that I use with some of my other rifles. I didn't change it to the normal bag with the ears. I just leave the setup on there because I typically shoot it with rifles that have a track plate on them. I didn't want to change it around, so it's not perfect. It's just a little bit better than what we had, so we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I'll hit the show shots button. Okay, that shot is at 3 o'clock, and it is, I don't know if I can hold this up to the camera and you guys can see. This thing blinks and shows. We'll see if this shows on the video. Yeah, there you can see it. That's shot number 1. So let's go ahead and move on with shot number 2 and see how that goes. I'll try to hold that up to the camera without moving around too much. I'm trying not to be too fidgety, but yeah, that's not bad. You guys can see it like that. Okay, so let's try the next one. Now that is a little tight this time. There it goes. Okay, might just be an angle. The rifle was up a little higher. I haven't changed anything on the rifle since the last time I had it in a video. Like I said, I did clean it a little bit, and then I shot it at my friend Mark's house, probably, not but 6 shots or so. And then I cleaned it real good after that too, just because I was curious. I have been pulling a fair amount of copper out of the rifle. I don't know how much of it is residual from the past or how much of it is because the barrel's a little bit rough and it's picking up off of these bullets. We'll see. The bore is a little bit rough. When I cleaned it this time, I went after it with a little bit of copper cleaner, but not anything too violent, and pulled a lot of blue out of it. And so I decided to give it a little bit of swabbing with some JB bore paste wrapped around a cleaning brush, just to see if it would smooth it out a little bit. I I guess we'll find out the next time I clean it. Okay, here we go. Shot number 2. Okay. Let's see here. Show shots. That is probably a 1/2 of an inch away from the first shot. Let's see if we can see that in the camera. See it blinking there next to the other one? I think that's showing up okay. Alright, so that's an encouraging start. It was a really nice fall day, well I shouldn't say fall, late summer day here in Michigan. You know, late August, September, October is some of our best weather. Today it was a little warm, it was right 90, 91. It's starting to cool off now, but the humidity has been coming up. But here in heck half hour, 45 minutes, it'll be about as pleasant as it gets. Little to no wind right now. There's some clouds to the north, but right above us it's clear. There's nothing. So it's pretty calm. We'll maybe even get a little bit of haze here in a bit as the, you know, some ground fog. But all right, shot number 3. All right, this is where you say, don't blow it. You got 2 pretty good ones down there. Don't blow it, dude. So I'll take a little extra time. This rifle, the stock isn't exactly perfect for riding in the rear bag, and I've got this neoprene thing, so you know, it's all a compromise. It's all a compromise. All right, let's see what shot number 3 did for us. Well, maybe the plastic rest was a problem. That one's right between the first 2. It doesn't show quite as good in the shot thing because it's not, you know, a real distinct hole, but you can see that it's between the first 2. So here's that ever popular decision point. Do you brag to your friends with a decent 3-shot group? Looks like about a, I don't know, maybe a 1-inch 3-shot group, or do you risk it and put number 4 down there and totally? We're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it. We got a pretty good group printing here so far, but we're gonna put number 4 down there, and then we'll open up this next box of ammo and put number 5 down there. Of course, maybe if number 4 is in the group, we don't want to shoot number 5. I don't know. A lot of times when I have a good group going, number 4 is the one that bites me. I get 3 that look something like this, then I do something totally stupid on number 4. So I'll make sure I'm lined up good. As a matter of fact, just to make sure I don't do anything dumb, I'll put the safety on here. I'll get things lined up where I potentially think I want them. Yeah, I like how that feels. I like the hold. I see a spot on that target that's way out of the group. If it's that shot, if that shot is that far out of that group, it was not me, because that was not that bad of a shot. I felt pretty good about the hold. Let's see what we get. Okay, the spot that I was seeing on the target was not the shot, but the group did open up. That went down around 6 o'clock. So once again, shot number 4 kills the group. I felt pretty good about the shot. I did move the rear bag a little bit. I don't think I affected it that much, but let's pull another round out of this brand new package of surplus ammo. Look at how nicely that's packed. That's something else. Packed in there real good. 40 rounds in each of these packages. So, alright, well, let's see if we can vindicate ourselves with shot number 5. I'm just happy that that other spot I saw on the target wasn't that shot. Oh, but it was the previous shot. Okay, so shot number 3 killed the group. When I zoomed out, I don't know if you guys can see there, but down here is shot number 3. So there was a shot down there. So I got 2 shots up here real good and 1 down here, and then 1 came back up. So I don't know if this will come around a little bit as the barrel dirties up, or if that's, you know, maybe the first 2 shots are good because the bore is clean and then it starts to pick up copper. I don't know, but let's put number 5 down there and see what we get. But yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I had the camera zoomed in too far and it looked like I had 3 shots together, but I did not. Those were only 2 shots together. So that opened that group right up. So we went from what looked like about a 1-inch group to about a, oh gosh, probably at least a 4-inch group. So that shot really went low. I don't know if it's coppering up. I'll peek down the barrel a little bit and see what it looks like after this shot. But the bore is rough in the gun, so we'll see. That one went well to the right. It's spraying them now. So I got 2 good shots. I got 2 good shots, and then it started to open up. So I'll show you where that one is. That one went well right. If you can see the blinking one over here, yeah, you can see it blinking there way over. So yeah, it's probably picking up some copper. Maybe it'll settle down after it picks up a little bit more. Yeah, I can't really see much in there. It's not shiny, but it never is shiny. But let's run a few more and see if it starts to stabilize a little bit. So, shot number 6. So sometimes a wobbly front rest can be your friend, because if you happen to wobble in a direction that compensates for the rifle spraying, if you get lucky. Alright. Let's just do the best we can to get a good hold. It's hard to be motivated about concentrating on shooting when the rifle isn't doing its part. You know, and I certainly don't expect this rifle to shoot 1-inch groups or, you know, 3/4 inch groups or 1 hole, but you know, I'm pretty confident that it's not me or the rest that would spray it around 4 inches. You know, I don't think anything's loose or moved. You know, everything on the rifle seems good. My guess is it's the bore. Alright, let's see what shot number 6 looks like. Okay, shot number 6 is back into the red. It's about 4 o'clock, right in the outside ring of that red part of the target. See it blinking there, I think. So, it's a little hot. You know, on a humid day like this, maybe I'll maybe I'll let it settle down for just a minute. We weren't shooting incredibly fast there, but it may not hurt to let it cool down for just a minute. But I'll let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say there's 4 of them that are in that red circle, and that red circle's about like that. And then there's the 2 that are the one that's well to the right, and then the one that's kind of well low, about, you know, probably 4 inches in either case from the center of the target. I'm surprised there's not more people at the range today. Maybe maybe they didn't like the higher temperature earlier in the day. Not too hot up here by the chamber where there's a lot of steel. It's a little hotter out further. But I'm happy with the rifle. I like the markings. It's really cool. It's got the eagle and the swastika here, and then the serial number. And then this one, you know, it's got the marks on it that are consistent with Gustloff works. And the machining of the barrel is gecko. And I can't remember where the barrel blank was from. I'd have to look at my notes. But, you know, it all matches. And, of course, it's got the eagle and the swastika on the receiver. The serial number is there. The bolt is serialized. And then over here on this side, it's got the 3 proof marks. And then the 1 and the inspector mark. It's pretty cool. I just wish it hadn't have been sporterized. You know, I haven't measured the barrel to see if they shortened it. They did take the front sight off of it and put this ramp on there. And they did cut up the stock. You know, the stock's been shortened, and then they carved some detail in here. And it looks like it's had a variety of sling swivels on it, you know, over time. Must have had some kind of cap here on the grip at one point in time. And then underneath here, there's a big old carved out area. I don't know what they had on the back for a swivel. And then where the original sling went through, and then the grommet that's in there for disassembling the bolt, they filled that all in with some sort of filler. Of course, the bolt's been turned down. And then, of course, drilled and can't talk today. Drilled the receiver for the scope bases, and it's got the holes for the receiver mount on the other side. But it's just a shame they did all that to it. It would have been a really super cool rifle if it were original. But I've had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, this is shot number, well, let's see, 4 we're out of there. So this is shot number 43 right now that I've put on the rifle. Just with this, the only thing I've shot is this surplus Dominion stuff. So, all right, let's see what we can do. Alright, let's see where that one went. That one's 12 o'clock high, and it looks like it tumbled. So, yeah, I don't know. It didn't shoot this poorly the other day. Maybe my cleaning was not a good idea. Maybe I should have just left it alone. So you can see that one's well high. And it appears that it was flying sideways. So that's not too encouraging, you know. And like I say, I cleaned it a little bit with some JB bore paste to try to see if I could get the rest of the gunk out. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. I didn't run it very much, maybe 15, 18 strokes back and forth, you know, and it just kind of trying to get it clean. I've done that with other rifles. I say I've used some patches in Jag, and been using the Hoppe's Bench Rest 9 cleaner, which has I don't know if it's ammonia or what. It has a little bit of copper cleaner in there, but you know, like I say, maybe it'll dirty up and get a little better. But if it's going to shoot them sideways, I don't think that's going to help too much. You know, the shape of that, it sure looks like it may have tumbled. You know, and some of these other holes don't look like they're real round. it's possible that my cleaning was not a good idea. That shot is down where number 3 was, down at 6 o'clock, well low. Let's see if I can get the right angle there. You can see it blinking. Down there to the bottom. So that one doesn't look like it flew quite as crooked. So that's 8 shots. Let's do another. I felt that that hold was just a tiny bit left. I would guess that if this rifle were shooting where I was holding it, I feel like I was maybe less than an inch left of the center, probably about a ½ inch left of the center, just because the hold wasn't as good as I'd like it to be. And let's see, show that shot please. That shot is 12 o'clock just inside the red. See it blinking up there. There it is. Okay, well, maybe it'll copper up and shoot, but I doubt it. I think we're out of luck. Talk about a turn of events, man. It seemed like it was shooting great those first 3 shots. Then, of course, I was simply wrong about shot number 3. But, I guess that's just the breaks. Alright, that one's at about 2 o'clock. It's outside the red, and it is an oblong hole. So, you see that one. Okay. Doesn't seem to be getting too hot. I was a little bit free recoil on that one. I didn't hold it nearly as hard as I have been. It wouldn't surprise me if that shot's high. And it's not, it's low. It's low and right. And it's not a perfectly round hole. It's not as bad as some of those others, but it certainly is not great. It's hard to get the proper angle there. You guys see that blinking down there? It's right at the top of that, right at the top of this circle right there. It's hard to tell if I'm showing it well. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. I'm just wasting ammo now. But if dirtying it up works, I don't know if I should run some more through it or let it cool down or put it away for another day. But of course, I guess, well, the first 4 shots were the original ammo. The balance were this new package. I'm guessing the first 2 flew well because the bore was clean, and then I think it started picking up some copper and started spraying them. So right now we've probably got an 8-inch group going. 8-inch group at 100 yards with a scope and on bags. That ain't gonna cut it in my world. I lifted my head on that shot. Say, it's hard to stay interested when the rifle's not shooting. I lifted my head on that shot a little bit. Oops, I hit the wrong button. So I may not get that shot. Probably not. Yeah, I'm not real thrilled with the software on it. I like the camera a lot. I don't care for this version of the software. My understanding is that the older versions, this is a bullseye target camera. This is the long range version. My understanding is the older software was better. The other problem is this is an Android, and I'm not real good with Androids. I need to spend some time as to what the buttons do. So sometimes if I get in a little trouble with where I'm at in an application, it's not always intuitive to me as to what's next. But I just took this out of the target camera mode here, and so it's sitting here trying to do its thing. We'll just see if we can step backwards. Manual mode, connecting to the camera, targets in view. Sometimes there it goes. Say sometimes it stops at this image rendering point, and it sits there and acts like it's not ever going to do anything ever. And it could be operator error. I would use it on my iPhone, which I'm more familiar with. However, I am on call for work, and if the phone rang, I don't know what that would be like. So I decided to use this Android. There, okay, I've got that all set up again. Continue, continue, continue. There. All right. Okay, so I figure I should shoot these last 3 shots just to see what happens, and I've got an even 10 out of this box. Like I say, it's hard to be enthusiastic when it's not printing well, but we'll do it anyway. Didn't feel too bad about that one. Show shots. That's not a bad shot. That's at 1 o'clock. It's in the red. See it blinking there? So it has put a few up into that area. You know, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll copper up and have a little consistency, and then I won't ever clean the rifle again. I'll just leave it dirty forever. You know, and part of the reason I cleaned this good the first time after I shot it is you know, I've read that this ammo is non-corrosive, and I don't, you know, I've looked at the brass. You know, it was over a week ago when I first shot it. I've looked at the brass, and there's no evidence at all that it's corrosive. It's perfectly clean. It looks good. But I cleaned it real good then. Just, you know, I didn't use a brush. I just used patches and cleaned it out pretty good. And then you know, when I started taking so much copper out of it, I thought, okay, well, maybe it'd be a good idea to get that out. And I think that maybe that was a bad plan. All right, let's see where that one went. That one went out of town. Well, let's see. If I was shooting for Kansas, that one's in Pittsburgh. It landed in this upper small area there, if you can see it. I can't tell if I'm holding that in the right spot or not, but it went up. You know, it's about a 9 o'clock shot up in that circle, so There you can see it blinking. Not so hot. So I guess this one's like minute of notebook paper is about as good as it's shooting right now. Let's see what we got there. And I hit the wrong button again. I tell you. Yep, I hit the wrong button, so I can't give you a good spot on that one. It's doing its silly image rendering thing sitting there again. Yeah, I'm not thrilled with the software on this thing. It's a really cool camera. I like what it does. I just don't at all care for this software. It's not intuitive at all. Maybe I'll get better with it. Yeah, I'm not sure where that one went. You know, there's a fair amount of them that are in the red. Out of the 14 shots that I shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are in the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, you know, it's pretty much the same. It's clean. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Actually, I shot 15. So must be that row was not 10. That row must have been 11. So let's count this again. In the red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And outside the red, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 8. So, and if you look at all the ones that are outside of the red, outside of the bullseye area, they do all mostly look like they're sideways. So I think that's enough of that for today. I don't know if I should put it in the same video or not, but I brought another rifle to fool around with, just to plink with a bit. So I'll film that, and if this doesn't look too long when I start to edit it, I'll slip it on the end of this video as some bonus footage. And if this one's too long, then I will do it in a separate video. But well, this is the other rifle I brought today. This is my Ruger 1022 Takedown Lightweight, and it's in a Magpul Backpacker Stock. And I've got the a Vortex red dot on there. And you guys have probably all seen the Magpul Backpacker Stocks. It folds up nicely. But just this Monday, my 22 suppressor is out of jail. So this is a GSL Woodland. I shot it a little bit on Thursday, and it is really super cool. GSL Technologies is right here in Jackson, Michigan, so it makes sense to me to buy their products. They're very friendly. This is my second suppressor from GSL, and my third one is on the way. We'll see how long that one takes. But the Woodland is a 22 rimfire suppressor. It is very light. I think the spec sheet probably tells what it weighs. It is disassemblable to be cleaned. It's got a stack of baffles in it. It's really nice on this Ruger lightweight backpacker because it's almost the same diameter as the rifle barrel. So I'll go ahead and put the rifle together and put the suppressor on it, and then we'll shoot a few shots. Okay, we're at 25 yards with the 1022. Got the GSL Woodland suppressor on it. We'll go ahead and see what we can do. You know, I still haven't figured out 1022 bolt releases after all these years. All right, let's see what we can do here. We've got a target camera set up down there. I'm a little wobbly. Let's change this. Let's not use the sling. That's better, I think. The ammo is the CCI Clean 22. I've had pretty good luck with it so far. We were shooting this Thursday evening at my friend Mark's house, and we were, he's got a rather large gong out at 150 yards, and we were having no problems ringing that. And then some closer stuff too. I've really impressed with how the rifle performs. It's a lot of fun. Say, I just got this suppressor out of jail on Monday, so that today's Saturday. So, and the first time I shot it was Thursday out to Mark's house. Need to get that front knee up just a little bit more. Can't get where I put that target. It's hard to get enough elevation. I'm really wobbly, so these aren't going to be stacked in there the way I'd like them to be. Sounds like somebody's doing some donuts in their car. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but somebody's having some fun. Oh, none left. So these are kind of clever stocks. They have a neat little storage area in the back where you can put 3 additional magazines. It's kind of fun. Okay. Makes more noise when it hits the target than, gosh, I'll just shoot one off in the berm so you don't hear it hit the target. Here, I'll do one on the target first, you'll hear it smack, and then I'll put one in the berm. You can hear that hit the dirt pretty good. That's what was fun about shooting at that steel gong at 150 yards or so. You know, you didn't have much noise from the rifle, and then all of a sudden, you know, by the time it gets there, you hear the clank. We were shooting some suppressed 300 blackout as well. Yeah, this thing's pretty fun. I bought two of they look like school milk cartons of the Clean 22 the other day. I think I'm about halfway through the first one. I think there might be 250 rounds in each one. And then around Christmas time, I got a big jug of them that has quite a few. I don't remember how many, but I think this is gonna be a lot of fun to play with. We've been shooting some other, you know, little targets and things with it, you know, before I had the suppressor, but it's really fun with the quietness. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think that's all the bullets I brought down here. I think this one's empty. Yep, that was the last full magazine. So I guess we should walk up and see with that crude plinking how I did. Well, that's not so bad for just wobbling around at 25 yards, and that was 4 magazines, so that's like 40 shots. You can see that there's a fair amount of them right there at the bottom at 6 o'clock. So that's probably where it's really shooting, and the rest is me wobbling around. So I'm pretty happy with the 1022, especially with the GSL Technologies Woodland on it. It's a fun little suppressor. You know, they don't cost too much. They're about $250. I think street price is closer to probably $225, I think. I don't remember. Seems like I paid $225 for it, $229 for it. But yeah, I'm real happy with it. But like I said, made right here in town, Jackson, Michigan. I'm real happy with it, and I'm real happy with my other one. I have the GSL multi-cal, the 30 caliber and down. And thanks everybody for watching. You got to see a little bit of suppressed 22 plinking here after I got done shooting the shotgun pattern with the 98 Mauser. I would guess that you know, that one, I don't know, that top shot there that I thought tumbled, I guess it didn't tumble. I don't think it really tumbled. It's just the way the paper ripped being on the cardboard. Well, I got into something dirty there. But yeah, looking at those shots, they didn't tumble. I was wrong about that. They're not tumbling. It's just that when they hit the cardboard, it's opening the paper up weird. So if you press down on them, they are round holes. So we will retract the part about the tumbling bullets. The bullets are not tumbling. It's just that the rifle's spraying them. So thanks for watching.